When we think about humanity's next giant leap, where does your mind go first? For most of us, it's Mars, right? It's our neighbor, it's the focus of countless missions, all our sci fi dreams. But what if the smarter choice, the better long term bet, is way, way farther out, orbiting the beautiful rings of Saturn? Let's dive into this surprising cosmic showdown.
And this question, it's so much bigger than just planting a flag. We're talking about survival, about expansion, and about finding a place where humanity can build a real, self-sustaining future. The choice we make could literally define our species for centuries to come.
So here we go. Here are our two main contenders. On one side, you've got Mars, the red planet we all know and love. It's a 7-month trip, and we've got rovers all over the place. On the other side, Saturn's biggest moon, Titan. We're talking a 7-year journey into a truly alien world. I mean, at first glance, it feels like it's no contest, right? But as you're about to see, Titan is absolutely full of surprises.
So let's kick this off with maybe the single biggest factor for long-term survival anywhere off-world: protection. And this is where the entire story takes a really sharp turn, and where Titan starts to look less like just a frozen moon and a lot more like a genuine haven. Okay, so here it is, the fundamental problem with the red planet. Its atmosphere has been slowly stripped away over billions of years, and now it's basically a vacuum. And that creates these enormous challenges for, well, everything: radiation, construction. It puts a hard limit on what's even possible on the surface. I mean, just look at the scale of this difference. It's staggering. Mars has less than 1% of Earth's atmospheric pressure. It's pretty much the vacuum of space. But Titan, its atmosphere is actually 50% thicker than our own. It's the only other place in our entire solar system with a big, nitrogen-rich atmosphere like Earth's. And that one fact, oh, it changes everything. So what does all this mean in practice? Well, the consequences are huge. On Titan, you wouldn't have to build these super reinforced bunkers. Your house would just need to be airtight and warm, not some crazy pressure vessel. You know those iconic domes you see in old sci-fi? Total non-starter on Mars, but completely feasible on Titan. And here's the big one: radiation. Titan's thick atmosphere is a natural shield against all those dangerous cosmic rays that pose a massive health risk for anybody trying to live on Mars long term. And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. Planetary scientist Amanda Hendricks puts it really bluntly. That radiation shielding alone makes Titan a fundamentally safer place for a permanent human settlement. Mars might be a great place to visit, for sure, but Titan could be a place to stay. Okay, so you've got a safe place to build, which is great. But how in the world do you power it all? Any off-world colony is going to be incredibly energy hungry. So let's take a look at the resources available on each of these worlds. So, solar power on Titan? Yeah, that's almost a non-starter. It's just way too far from the sun. But the other options are fascinating. You've got wind power way up in the atmosphere, and you could even get chemical energy from reactions in the air itself. But the real game changer here is hydropower. Not from water, no, but from its massive seas of liquid methane and ethane. Just take a second and look at that number. That's the estimated energy potential just from the tides in Titan's single largest sea, Kraken Mare. To put that into perspective for you, that is over 300 times the total energy the entire United States uses in a year. Titan isn't just energy rich, it is literally swimming in oceans of fuel. All right, so we have shelter and we have power, but what would it actually be like to live there? The day-to-day reality on these worlds would just be so profoundly different, shaped by everything from the temperature to the gravity to the actual length of a day. Okay, let's break this down. And yeah, Titan is brutally cold, way colder than Mars. The travel time is an order of magnitude longer, and a single day on Titan lasts over 2 weeks. But look at the gravity, just 14% of Earth's. That's less than half of what you'd feel on Mars. And that, combined with that thick, soupy atmosphere, leads to one of the most incredible possibilities in the entire solar system. No, you are reading that correctly. On Titan, a human being could actually fly. With that super low gravity and that super thick atmosphere, you could literally just strap on a pair of wings, flap your arms, and lift right off the ground. Can you imagine that? Soaring through those hazy orange skies? It's a little detail that just transforms this alien world from a scientific curiosity into a place of pure wonder. And here's a really fascinating little correction from Cassini scientist Tom Spilker. You might hear people say that the pressure on Titan's surface is like being 15 meters underwater, but he points out that's actually a common mistake. It forgets to account for the pressure we're already under at sea level on Earth. The real feeling would be more like being just 5 meters underwater. It's a small detail, I know, but it just shows how truly unique this environment is.
Now, this isn't just speculation or some far-out sci-fi idea. The scientific community is so fascinated by Titan that we are sending a revolutionary new mission there. It's called Dragonfly, and it is going to completely change how we see this incredible moon.
So go ahead and mark your calendars. Dragonfly is set to launch in July of 2028. Now, it's a long journey, so it'll get to Titan in 2036 and then start a mission of at least 2.5 years, exploring this alien landscape in a way we've never, ever been able to before. And this is where it gets so incredibly cool. Dragonfly is not a rover, it's a car-sized nuclear-powered drone, an octocopter. It's going to land, take samples, analyze them, and then just fly to entirely new spots tens of kilometers away. Its ultimate goal is to get to an impact crater where, in the past, liquid water may have mixed with all the rich organic chemistry on the surface.
And that right there brings us to the final, and maybe the most profound reason to go to Titan. See, this isn't just about finding a new home for humanity. It's about trying to answer one of the oldest, deepest questions we've ever asked.
Titan's surface is covered in all these complex organic molecules called thalines. It's basically this reddish, complex organic goo that just rains down out of the atmosphere. And it's turned the entire moon into a chemical factory on a planetary scale, one that might be a lot like the early Earth right before life began. It's a natural experiment that's been running for billions of years.
So when you put it all together, Titan has all the key ingredients. It's got organic molecules, it's got energy sources, and it has liquids, both those hydrocarbon seas on the surface and maybe, just maybe, a liquid water ocean deep below the ice. And that opens up this tantalizing possibility of a second, totally independent genesis of life. Life as we don't know it. And in the end, that's the real grand prize, isn't it? While Mars is an amazing world that can teach us so much about planetary history, Titan offers something more. It challenges our very idea of what it even means to be alive. So maybe the question isn't just where do we go from here, but also, are we alone? Titan might just hold the answer.